my name is Michelle Reed. If you don't know who I am a senior at the King's College in New York City, and I am a current college student. And that's important for this video because today I'm doing a video on things that I wish I knew before college. Specifically, I feel like there are so many things, like I've done one of these videos before, but there's so many things as a senior now that I look back and I'm like, man, I really wish I would have known that. Also know that so many of you guys are going through the college application process right now, and I know that can be one of the most stressful times, and so I'm trying to mix tips in this video that are like for the application process, but also just for college in general. And so I thought that this was the perfect time to do this video. College is such a pivotal moment of your life. So many different things happen. It can be insanely crazy. And so I just think it's really great to get advice and tips from people who have been through it. Make sure to leave down below what is one thing you wish you would have known before college, because obviously I have a different experience than a lot of the people who are watching this video. I also want to say thank you to College Board for sponsoring today's video. Let's get into the tips. It is okay to not get all A's. I feel like in high school it's a lot different, like getting all A's, yeah, it's definitely hard. I'm not trying to downplay that, but in college, classes are just a lot different. You're going to be taking classes that you don't have any experience in, classes that are a lot harder, classes that are more discussion based, things that you're probably not used to in high school. It's like, yeah, you have all these changes, but in a lot of ways you're still going to feel like how you felt in high school, where it's like, okay, I have to get all A's, like this is what I have to do. Obviously, a GPA is important, especially if you're going to go to grad school, law school, stuff like that. For the most part, your GPA is not the defining factor. Don't focus solely on grades. Like, yeah, they're important, but they are not the end-all be-all. You don't have to have it all figured out. Especially going from high school to college, there's this pressure where you feel like you have to know what your degree is going to be. You have to know your school. You have to know your set of friends. You have to know, what am I going to do after college? And I just want to say, after being in college for 3 years, everyone is at a different path in their life. Everyone is at a different career point. No pressure to be a certain way. Your 20s are a time where everyone is at different points, and that's okay. And that's really, honestly, really cool. You meet so many people that are on different paths than you, and don't feel like coming to college, this is the time where you have to figure it all out, because it definitely is a pivotal moment in your life, but you still have the rest of your life to figure out, what you want your life to be about. I wish I knew that there were ways that I could improve my odds of getting into certain schools. Applying to college is a very holistic approach. They're going to look at a lot of different things, so your extracurriculars, how involved you were in high school, all that kind of stuff. They're not just going to look at one specific thing, but it's really important to make sure that you improve on each little thing as much as you can to make sure that you can actually get into the schools that you want to go into. So I know a lot of you guys are probably at the point where you're thinking about taking the SAT to help boost your odds into getting into college. And I just want to say, if that's you, I would definitely encourage you to take the SAT. It's a test that is accepted everywhere, and it's a good way to have a leg up against someone else that might be competing for the same spot as you. And something that I wish I would have known that I feel like I didn't actually utilize is there are so many resources if you want to improve your SAT score. So say you take it and you're not super pleased with your score, but you're like, okay, this is just the score that I'm gonna get. Like, don't think that. There's actually a website called satpractice.org, and you can actually go on and take a lot of SAT practice tests, which is super helpful, so you can boost your score and actually get into the colleges that you want to get into. College Board is really trying to pave a way so more people have access to the ability to go to school, which means connecting people with scholarship and test opportunities, and so I definitely recommend checking them out. They'll be linked down below. It's going to take a while to figure out who you like to live with. Obviously, your freshman year, you're probably going to be living with a roommate, and if you don't click with your roommate, that is a-okay. You're probably still figuring out your own living habits, how you like to live, and it's okay if not necessarily at first you don't get along with your roommate completely. Maybe you're a morning person and they're a night person and it just doesn't work. It's not something to be offended about. When the year is over, it's so okay to try living with someone new. I'm still trying to figure out my living habits. I'm still trying to figure out who I work best with, and it's just kind of like an ongoing process of roommates. And if you guys would like to see an entire video on how to find a roommate and how to have a good relationship with your roommate, definitely let me know down below, because I would love to make that. It's okay to not have a normal college experience. I go to a school that is not really normal. It is tiny. The setup is a lot different. The classes are a lot different. It just does not feel like a traditional college. And sometimes when I look at people who go to really big state schools, they're doing sororities, that kind of thing, I kind of feel like my college experience is lesser. And I just want you to know, if you're going to a school, even if you're going to trade school, something that's not necessarily a traditional path, that's okay. Again, going back to what I was talking about earlier, we are all on different paths, and that is completely okay. That's a beautiful thing. I am someone who's really independent. I am pretty driven. I'm very type A. So living in New York City, going to college here, it has just worked out so well for me, and I just knew I was not the typical college student, and so I'm not going to go to a typical college school. There are more options than just working a 9 to 5. For the past 2 years, I have felt this added pressure like I have to be working towards a career at a specific corporation. I've always felt like doing YouTube and supporting myself by doing YouTube, that was something that was lesser and it wasn't qualified as a job. And I'm just now learning that that is so not true. Again, like, you don't have to live your life one certain way. If you're someone who's going to go into the arts or performing, you're going to be an entrepreneur, that path is just as valid as working for a corporation. I'm in an entrepreneurship class right now, and it has really opened my eyes that there are so many different things you can be doing. And the funny thing is, with automation and technology, a lot of, typical white collar jobs are actually becoming more obsolete. Our economy is now rewarding entrepreneurs a little bit more than it used to. And so if that is a path you want to take, that is completely okay. You will change a lot. Looking back at who I was my senior year of high school, I cannot tell you guys how much of a different person I am. I am totally different. I have different values, I have a different work ethic, I behave so much differently than I did in high school. And again, that is totally okay. There's this picture that I always think of that talks about change, and it's basically like someone saying, "You've changed," and it's like, well, like, I hope so. And it's this really pretty picture of just showing that obviously sticking to your morals, sticking to things that you truly believe in is important, but change is such a beautiful thing, and it makes you into a better person, and that's just something that I'm really thankful for in college. And my last thing is, I wish I would have realized how important mental and physical health is. In college, it's very easy to give yourself to so many different things, whether that be an internship or classes or a social life, your sorority, your fraternity, clubs. It can be really easy for your mental and your physical health to be put on the back burner, but you have to do what you have to do to make sure that you are mentally stable and physically stable. For me, that is eating healthy, that's having a good routine, that means spending time with Jesus, that means reading my Bible and journaling, surrounding myself with people who actually uplift me. Having alone time is so important for me. I used to feel so guilty for being independent, and it's like, no. Being alone and having time to spend with myself makes me more present whenever I'm with other people, and so it's actually a good thing. And it's something I need to prioritize and not be ashamed of. And you just have to figure out those little things about yourself that make you mentally and physically stable so you can be the best person that you want to be in college. So that is everything that I have to say. Again, don't forget to let me know down below what is one thing you wish you knew before college. I know a lot of my videos have been super college based recently, so also feel free to leave any requests for other types of videos you would like to see. Don't forget to check out College Board down below, along with the SATpractice.org website. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, friends.